What if you listed 5 gratitudes every day for 30 days straight? What would happen to your mind, your emotions, and the way you see your life? This question seems simple, almost naive, but it hides a practice that can completely reprogram your brain. Gratitude is not just being polite or saying thank you when someone does you a favor. It is a mental discipline, daily training to redirect your attention from what is missing to what exists. We live in a culture of perpetual scarcity. Something is always missing: money, time, recognition, love, health, peace. Our brain evolved to focus on problems because that kept our ancestors alive. Those who ignored threats died. Those who ruminated about dangers survived. But today, this same programming traps us in cycles of chronic dissatisfaction. The science of gratitude is fascinating. Neuroimaging studies show that practicing gratitude regularly activates brain regions associated with dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters of well-being. Literally, you are training your brain to produce more substances that fight depression and anxiety. This is not superficial self-help. It is applied neuroplasticity. But long before neuroscience validated this, spiritual traditions already knew. In Judaism, there is a gratitude prayer for every small act of the day. Upon waking, seeing the sun, eating bread, using the bathroom, everything is reason for thanksgiving. In Christianity, Paul wrote, "Give thanks in all circumstances." In Islam, the word alhamdulillah, thanks be to God, permeates daily conversations. Gratitude has always been spiritual technology to combat bitterness, because bitterness is slow poison. It starts with real injustice. You were betrayed, ignored, harmed. Your pain is valid. But if you ruminate on it every day, bitterness grows. And eventually, it destroys you from inside while whoever hurt you moves on with life. Listing 5 gratitudes per day for 30 days is an act of rebellion against this internal toxicity. You are saying, my life has real problems, but it also has real gifts. And I choose to name the gifts. Not to deny the problems, but to not be consumed by them. 30 days, 150 gratitudes named. It seems like a lot when you add it up. But distributed over a month, it is just a few minutes per day. Minutes that can completely change the lens through which you see the world. Neuroscience explains why this works. Your brain has something called negativity bias. You can receive 10 compliments and 1 criticism, and you will focus on the criticism. You can have a day with 10 good things and 1 bad, and you will ruminate on the bad. This is automatic. You do not choose it. It is old survival circuitry. But circuits can be retrained. When you force your mind to look for 5 good things every day, you are creating a new neural pathway. In the beginning, it is difficult. You list obvious things: health, family, home. But after a week, you need to go deeper. You start noticing small things: the smell of coffee, the afternoon light, a message from a friend, and something subtle happens. You start living the day differently, because now you know that at night you need to list 5 gratitudes. So during the day, subconsciously you pay attention to good things. You are hunting for gratitude, and what you look for, you find. This is not toxic positive thinking that denies reality. You can be grateful for having clean water and still be furious about social injustice. You can thank for the sunset and still cry for who you lost. Gratitude and lament coexist. David in the Psalms did this constantly. He lamented his pain and thanked God in the same prayer. Gratitude is also an antidote against envy. Envy is looking at someone else's life and feeling yours is inferior. But when you train gratitude, you stop comparing. You begin to see your life as unique, with its own specific blessings. You do not need someone else's life. You have your own abundance, even if it is different. The challenge works like this. For 30 consecutive days, every night before bed, you will take a notebook and pen. Do not use your phone. Do not use apps. It needs to be a physical notebook. Writing by hand activates different areas of the brain than typing, and you will write 5 things you are grateful for on that specific day. They cannot be the same 5 things every day. You need to find 5 new gratitudes each day. This forces you to pay attention. You cannot just write family, health, work, home, food every day. You need to be specific. What specifically about this day deserves gratitude? It can be something big. I am grateful because I received that job offer. It can be something small. I am grateful because the bus arrived on time. It can be something internal. I am grateful because I controlled my anger today. Size does not matter. Specificity matters. Write each gratitude as a complete sentence, not just loose words. Water is not gratitude. I am grateful because I had clean water to drink all day is gratitude. The complete sentence forces your brain to process the meaning, not just check off a list. After writing the 5 gratitudes, read them out loud, quietly, just for you to hear. This adds a sensory layer. You are not just thinking and writing. You are hearing your own voice naming the blessings. This anchors the practice at multiple neurological levels. 30 days straight. If you skip a day, you can continue the next day, but try not to break the chain. There is something powerful about uninterrupted sequences. They create momentum. After 2 weeks, the practice becomes habit. After a month, it becomes part of who you are. What can you realistically expect? First, reduction in negative rumination. You will notice you spend less time reliving past problems or anticipating future catastrophes. Your mind learns there are other things to focus on. Not that problems disappear, but they stop dominating all your mental space. Second, improvement in overall mood. Studies show people who practice daily gratitude report higher levels of happiness and lower levels of depression after just 3 weeks. It is not magical cure, but it is a scientifically validated tool that works better than many psychological interventions. Third, better relationships. When you train to see what people do right, instead of only what they do wrong, you naturally become more pleasant to be around. You complain less. You criticize less. You appreciate more. And people feel this, even if you say nothing. Fourth, increased resilience. Gratitude does not prevent bad things from happening, but it gives you mental repertoire to deal with them. When you already have a list of 100 gratitudes accumulated in your notebook, a crisis does not knock you down completely. You have concrete evidence that good things also exist in your life. Fifth, better sleep. Ending the day focusing on gratitude creates positive mental state before sleeping. Instead of taking worries to bed, you take recognition. This calms the nervous system and facilitates transition to deep sleep. Tell me in the comments, what was the last thing you felt genuine gratitude for? Something that really touched you? I want to know. Now the practical step-by-step. First step, buy a specific notebook for this. It does not need to be beautiful or expensive. It can be a simple notebook, but it needs to be dedicated only to gratitude. This creates symbolic separation. This notebook has a unique purpose. Second step, choose a fixed time. Most people prefer at night before bed because it is a natural reflection moment. But if you prefer morning right upon waking, that works too. What matters is time consistency. Same place, same time, every day. Third step, create a simple ritual. Sit in a specific place, light a candle if you want, drink tea, turn off phone. These elements create atmosphere that your brain will associate with gratitude practice. After a week, just sitting in that place already puts you in the right mental state. Fourth step, start thinking about the day from morning to night. Go through the day mentally like a movie. What happened? Who did you interact with? What did you eat, see, feel? This mental review helps identify moments worthy of gratitude that you would forget if you did not stop to think. Fifth step, write slowly. Do not rush. It is not a task to check off the list. It is written meditation. Feel each word. Connect emotionally with each gratitude. If something makes you smile while writing, you are doing it right. Sixth step, be specific and varied. I am grateful for my wife is vague. I am grateful because my wife hugged me when I came home from work stressed is specific. I am grateful for the clean bathroom at home is specific and different. Variety forces you to really observe your life. Seventh step, include gratitudes about yourself too. I am grateful because I had courage to apologize today. I am grateful because I woke up even without wanting to and went to work. Recognizing your own efforts is a form of healthy self-compassion. Eighth step, after writing the 5, read them out loud. Slowly. Let each sentence resonate. And then close the notebook. Do not reread old gratitudes immediately. Save that for after 2 weeks. When you reread, you will be surprised by how many good things happened that you had already forgotten. Now the important warnings. First, some days will be very difficult. Days when everything went wrong. You will sit to write and think, I have nothing to be grateful for today. These are the most important days. Force yourself to find 5 things, even if they are micro-gratitudes. I am grateful because it did not rain when I left without an umbrella. Second, gratitude is not denial. If something terrible happened, you do not need to pretend everything is fine. You can write, I am grateful because even crying all day, I managed to get out of bed. Recognizing you survived a difficult day is already valid gratitude. Third, beware of performative gratitude. Do not post your gratitudes on social media every day trying to prove you are a grateful person. This becomes about external validation, not internal transformation. Your notebook is private. Between you and God, if you believe. Between you and yourself, if you do not. Fourth, do not force toxic gratitude on other people. If someone is suffering, do not say, but you have so much to be grateful for. This invalidates real pain. You do your gratitude practice for yourself. Do not use it as moral weapon against others. Fifth, gratitude does not replace action. If you are in a bad situation, being grateful for what you have does not mean passively accepting what is unjust. You can be grateful for having strength to fight and still fight for change. Both things coexist. Sixth, if you have severe clinical depression, gratitude alone does not cure. It can help as complementary practice, but does not replace therapy and medication if necessary. There is no shame in seeking professional help. Gratitude is tool, not miracle. Seventh, after 30 days, do not stop abruptly. Many people report that after a month the practice becomes so valuable, they continue voluntarily, not as obligation, but as gift they give themselves every day. What is the biggest difficulty you imagine facing trying this? Is it finding 5 things every day? Is it maintaining consistency? Is it not knowing where to start? Comment here. So we return to the initial question. What if you listed 5 gratitudes every day for 30 days straight? The honest answer is, you will discover abundance where you thought there was scarcity. Not financial abundance necessarily, but abundance of small miracles that happen every day and you never stop to see. These 30 days will not solve all your problems. They will not make toxic people disappear from your life. They will not heal deep traumas instantly, but they will do something subtle and powerful. They will give you eyes to see what was always there but you were too blind to notice. Gratitude is an act of justice. When you name the good that exists in your life, you are being fair to reality. Because reality always has light and shadow, always has pain and beauty. And when you only focus on pain, you are lying about half of human experience. There is an ancient story about 2 men imprisoned in the same dark cell. One looks at the dirt floor and sees mud. The other looks at the cracked ceiling and sees stars. Same prison, same darkness, different attention. Gratitude does not change your prison, but it changes where you look while you are in it. And maybe, just maybe, after 30 days looking at stars instead of mud, you will realize some of the bars that imprison you are mental constructions. They are stories you tell about why your life is miserable. And when you stop feeding these stories with constant attention, they weaken. 30 days, 150 gratitudes, 5 minutes per night, a simple notebook. It seems like trivial exercise, but mystics and neuroscientists agree. Few practices are as transformative as consistent gratitude, not because it denies reality, but because it finally sees complete reality. If you are going to do this challenge, comment here. I will list. You do not need to explain anything. Just that public commitment already increases your chances of completing. And if you know someone who lives complaining, who is stuck in cycle of bitterness, who desperately needs new perspective, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because every week there is a new challenge in the what-if style. Simple practices that seem small, but touch deep structures of who you are. And there is a video here beside that appeared for you for specific reason. Click on it now. Walk in faith, live with wisdom, and join us for the next What If. May your gratitude list be long and sincere. See you in the next challenge.